The Tasmanian government has gagged members of its Independent Forestry Council from speaking to the media. The Resources Minister, Paul Harris, says the council's most senior independent member has done a 180-degree turn on a position she expressed to the ABC 2 days ago. Today, Sue Smith has gone to ground.
The lone spokesman for Tasmania's Independent Ministerial Advisory Council on Forestry is now the minister himself.
The entire Ministerial Advisory Council have reaffirmed their support for the government's position.
On Wednesday, that position was under fire from the council's most senior independent member, Sue Smith. Mrs Smith said the Forestry Tasmania restructure wouldn't work, job cuts would hamper forest firefighting, and disbanding the company was the only way forward. But according to Paul Harris, Mrs Smith has done a complete 180 in the 48 hours since.
The council has reaffirmed its support, as it has had in the past, and they have agreed that it is entirely inappropriate for there to be the agenda run through the media.
Mr Harris's political opponents accuse him of treating voters like chumps.
Paul Harris clearly wants a bunch of yes men and yes women on his Forest Advisory Council. He's come down on them like a ton of bricks.
Of course he's gagged Sue Smith. It's plain for everyone to see. I mean, she would not stand beside him today, and he's now trying to suggest that it was a harmonious meeting and they all got on famously.
Sue supports that position.
She wants to see Forestry Tasmania remain.
Absolutely.
She's done a whole 180 in the last 3 days.
Sue Smith supports the government's position.
We only have Paul Harris's explanation of Sue Smith's position, because after speaking to the Country Hour on ABC Radio earlier this week, Mrs Smith's gone to ground. The government is proceeding with job cuts at Forestry Tasmania and with the plan to sell some or all of the hardwood plantation. And now a new voice has emerged calling for Forestry Tasmania to cease trading as a government company.
Transferring the functions, the core functions of Forestry Tasmania back into the state service means that over time we will be able to rebuild.
Another suggestion the minister will ignore. Stephen Smiley, ABC News.